Then, in 1948, an invention the size of an average finger was announced with very little fanfare, but it would leave an indelible mark on history and society: the transistor.
The transistor was invented by three men at Bell Labs: John Bardeen, Walter Brattain, and William Shockley. And Bell Laboratories, again, this is part of the AT&T telephone company. They used a lot of information circuits in their own machinery in the phone system, so that's the motive for doing this.
The three men introduced the transistor at a press conference at the Bell Labs headquarters in New York City, but no one paid much attention. Eventually, however, the creators of the transistor were awarded the Nobel Prize, as this great invention became recognized as a device that would trigger one of the most sweeping technological revolutions in history. The basic principle of the transistor amplifying electrical signals is simple, but its impact was huge. By releasing a large surge of electrons through the transistor, the weak electrical signal was transformed into a much stronger copy of itself. Transistors increased those electrical signals in a fraction of the space, which in turn scaled everything down to size. Transistors were much less expensive and far more reliable than bulky vacuum tubes. With improvements being made almost immediately, the device played a key role in a great invention that has had a global impact on virtually every aspect of our lives: the computer.
The next significant thing that happened after the transistor was the integrated circuit, or the chip. The single thing on your computer that really runs the whole thing, the CPU chip, contains tens of millions of transistors on a single chip. So you can see the economies of scale. We went from 18,000 vacuum tubes to run a big computer down to several thousand transistors to run the first real business computer, down to our desktop, which has tens of millions of little transistors, microscopic transistors on a single chip.
An extraordinary achievement when you consider that less than 50 years ago, a computer was a massive bank of machines that took up an entire room, held far less memory, and was infinitely slower than today's slowest.